Okay, this is the Geometry Target 4A Translations Retake video. Let me just grab a pen. My color, we'll go with the red. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is it says write the translation rule both as a transformation rule and in vector form. Then draw the vector that represents the transformation from points A to A prime. And what we're moving is 5 units right and 4 up. So if I look up here, right is x plus. Well, how far right are we moving? 5. So we're going to say x plus 5 to indicate that we've moved 5 right. Now, if I want to talk about moving 4 up is y plus. So we're going up 4, so that would be y plus 4. And then when I put it in vector form, I just get rid of the x and the y. So this is a positive 5, and that has to be written first, and then a positive 4. And, you know, that 4 is a little messy. Let me erase it and fix it. But, 4. So it's always the up, left or right movement has to be written in this first box, and the up or down movement has to be written in the second part of the box, and the same down here. It's always x, y, or the left or right movement first, and then the up or down. And if, again, positive is right or up, and negative is left or down. Okay, so now we have to actually do this. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it right 5 and 4 up. So I'm going to count from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here is the 5 right and 4 up. So I'm going to draw a point and I'm going to call that A prime. Now the vector is the arrow starting at A and going to A prime. And it's an arrow, so you have to make sure you draw the arrow symbol. Oops, it's not like my arrows. And you can't punch through it. You have to actually stop. So it has to start here and it has to stop here. And then you've drawn the vector. Okay, so let's look at problem number 2. This time it wants us to move this whole figure according to what this says. Okay, so there's 2 ways of doing it. There's the just counting method, and then there's plugging in. So I'm going to make sure that I teach you both. So first let's just look at the counting method. A is this point right here, and this is saying x plus 4. So if I look up here, x plus means right. So this is saying right 4 and y minus is down. So down how many? 3. So I'm going to move right 4 and down 3. So I'm going to take A and I'm going to go right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and down 3. 1, 2, 3. So my new point here is A, but it's a new A, so we call it A prime, not A with the apostrophe. Same thing with B. I'm going to go right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is B prime. Oops. And then C is right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 3. 1, 2, 3. So right here will be C prime. And then D prime is right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I just connect the dots. Okay, now it also wants us to write the coordinates. So I'm just looking over here, A, and I'll do this in a different color. So let's go with the blue here. A, regular A is this point 0, 3. And B looks to be like negative 4, 0. And C looks to be like negative 6, 4. And then finally, D is the point 3, negative 3, positive 5. Okay, now we said there's two ways of getting these numbers. So one way is to move it like I moved it, and then come over here and look. And so if you look, this is A prime, and if you count, that's over 4 and up 0, so that's a point 40. So if I wanted, I could just come over here and say 40 and write that in there. But there's another way, and it's really good to check. If I take this point here, and I replace this 0, the x in here with 0, and the y here with 3, I get 0 plus 4, which is 4, and 3 minus 3, which is 0, which is this point here, which we said 40. So that's a point 40. Okay, I could do a similar thing here. This negative 4, I'm going to do a little bit of erasing so we can see here. Okay, so now I'm going to take this new set of points, negative 4, and again, the negative 4 goes in place of the x here, and the 0 right here, the 0, goes in place of the y. So it looks like I have negative 4 plus 4, which is 0, and 0 minus 3, which is negative 3. And let's just check. Is that where we said B prime should be? And B prime is right here, and that is indeed the point 0, negative 3. So that is correct. Okay, let me grab the eraser again. I guess I can get rid of these lines now, too. So now I'm going to look at the point negative 6, 4. And I'm going to replace x with negative 6, so right here, negative 6, and I'm going to replace the y with 4. So I get negative 6 plus 4, which is the point negative 2, and then 4 minus 3, which is 1. So C prime should be at the point negative 2, 1. So let's check. Here's C prime, and this is definitely negative 2, 1. So we did it right. And then one more time with the eraser. And this time I'm going to plug in negative 3 for x, and 5 for y. So I'm going to replace the x with negative 3 and the y with 5. So I have negative 3 plus 4, which is 1, and 5 minus 3, which is 2. So D prime is the point 1, 2. Okay, and certainly it is. D prime is 1, 2. Okay, so here's example 3, and this time we have to write a rule to describe the translation. So this time, instead of actually doing the movement, we have to determine what happened. Now the biggest mistake people make here is they go the wrong direction. Okay, so you don't have to go left or right always. You have to do really what it says. And what you have to do is go from the non-prime to the prime. So if you notice, this is Q, and if you look at it, there's no prime. Then here's Q prime. So we have to go from Q to Q prime, or S to S prime, or P to P prime. Now it doesn't matter which letter we pick, we're going to get the same answer either way. So let's start with Q to Q prime, and then I'll show you that it would be the same if I had picked one of the other letters. So to get from Q to Q prime, first I'm going to ask myself, am I going to go left or right? So obviously I'm going to go left, and I'm just going to draw my line, and I'm going to count how far left I went to get to Q. So this looks like it's right directly underneath Q prime. So this is left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is left 7. Now we're still not at Q prime, we actually have to go up now. And how far up did we go? We went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is up 6. So let's just double check. Left 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how do I write left 7? Well, left is x minus, so I'm going to say x minus 7. And up is y plus, so I'm going to say y plus 6. And then here, in the vector notation, I'm going to just write the numbers. So the numbers are -7 and then 6. And again, you have to write the left or right movement first, then the up or down movement. Okay, and the following problems are you try, so you have to try these on your own, and then you have to show them to a math lab teacher or your geometry teacher and have them signed off, or a geometry support teacher. Okay? So here's the first one, you try number 1, and here's you try number 2, and you try number 3. Good luck.